I'm sure you've had the same experience as I have just had, which is you're looking for one thing and you bump into something wholly unexpected but strangely better. Because I was travelling down this path looking for a temple called Ta Ne. I haven't found it yet, but what I did find just through here is a temple with no name. So I shot a quick video. They all go in the bag, as you know. But when on its very peak I spotted a second path and I followed that, guess what? That's right, a second temple with no name. So there's 2 barrels loaded and cocked. Why not join me and see what an amazing environment these 2 temples are in? So that is the road in, well, path I suppose. And this is where I was abruptly brought to a halt because of this absolute precious gem of a temple that gets no visitors. So already he has my vote. Now, we're just going to be very quick here because we need to head off this way to go and see his brother. But what we can see here is the way this masonry has tumbled down. We've obviously got soil erosion and so on. And what's probably happened is the trees have planted their roots like this, you see, and these roots go between the stones and then separate them. And when they're separated, of course, they lose an awful lot of their strength. And so they tumble down. But let us go up here and say hello to him and see what he has to offer, because he has something very special to offer, I assure you. And what we see here is a bit of a broad base, don't we? So we can only imagine this would have been repeated with these large steps going down, which would have been enough. In engineering terms, a nice broad base gives you lots of stability. But in his case, it just was not enough. Now, I do know that we do get a couple of visitors here. There's somebody that has turned up in the past and left some offerings, because here they are. But it hasn't been for some time, because look, you see, these are cigarettes that were left, and of course they've all decayed away. But this would have been the holies of holies right here. This would have been the centre of it, the heart of it all, the reason for the temple. And there would have been a statue of a deity or a god here. So we're walking into the home of a god, as we always do. But I'll tell you where the special point, the wow of this temple lays. And it lays in me getting to its highest point, which is right here. What you're looking at is the way I came in. Now, I'm going to do a 360 round very quickly, because this temple is like a sparkling jewel set in a clasp of green. It is absolutely wonderful. Look at it. In the centre of this jungle environment lays this temple. But there's more, isn't there? Because we need to head off to our right and go and see its brother. And the walk there is wonderful. So that was our first temple. And it's up on this man-made hill here. And it's then you spot this rather broad path. Now then, at this point, you need to put yourself in my shoes. There are 9 in English or 9.5 in American. Dr. Martens, in fact, a fine, sturdy shoe, highly recommended. And if you're in my shoes and you're walking along, you don't know what's going to happen next to you. You don't know where you're going, you don't know where you are, and you don't know what's at the end of the path. And that's why I want to take you on this walk, because it's what I do, I suppose. And this is why I do it, because believe me, doing all that editing and correcting the sound volumes on videos is unbelievably painful. But that is just part of the thing, isn't it? One has to go and take the rocky road sometimes. And sometimes rocky roads are ancient roads, because look at this, you see. As I was walking along this path, I started to notice this laterite stone. And this looks to me, with this depression here, maybe that's the natural flow of a sort of jungle stream, that this is obviously man-made. It could be part of a causeway or part of a bridge, because we see a bit of stone here and a bit of stone here. So we're getting teased, aren't we? Move forward, it's saying, move forward. And it's this lovely undulating path that it's just so very, very pretty. You know something's going to happen. You know there's something that's very close by. And my goodness, it gets me going. The birds are twittering away. The butterflies are flitting about. And the air of anticipation builds as we start to see yet more of these stones. And then it comes into view. And it's an absolute gem. I'm going to take you just quickly round this way, because we're not going to spend long here. But to give you an idea as to the environment that I find these things sometimes, this is a wonderful example. Look at this here. See this detailing on this base all the way round here? But I believe this way was the entrance way. So we're going to head towards that. And again, we see this very detailed base. And bear in mind, nobody comes here. I mean, the poor sausage doesn't seem to have a name. And I assure you, I have the best of the best maps. So somewhere in a jungle environment, in the middle of Asia, is a stairway. And that stairway, if you can find it, will lead up to what was once here and here at the outside edges, and it goes up and round here and here. Once was a mighty temple, but now there's almost nothing to show you. But to me, that's not the point. The point is the environment itself. So allow me just to do a 360 to show you what it is that I see. Peace, quiet, calm, and quite a bit of solitude. This is truly a beautiful place. So there you go. They're like two silent twins that have shuffled off into the forest, and they've sworn never to speak again. I know I didn't show you almost anything of this second one, because there really is not much to show you. And I have to be honest about these things and not just make things up. I mean, I could tell you nothing about these two temples. Absolutely zero. And that is their charm. I drive to try and look for one thing, and I get a double whack in the face of two wonderful surprises. Do you know what the strange thing is? I really like these two. I really, really do. There's something about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the tranquility that draws me to these forgotten temples. But I'll tell you this much. They certainly are special. As always, please like, subscribe, but above all, comment. And until next time, I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best. You take good care.